Hi everyone, and welcome to a new episode of Days Podcast. I want to thank you guys so much for liking, subscribing, viewing, watching, and listening. I truly appreciate it, and I will be definitely making sure there's exclusives on Patreon and Spotify, and we are going to continue making free content. I wanted to talk about music. I wanted to talk about an EP, if you will, "The Time of Our Lives" by Miley Cyrus. So, I've yet to really talk about this EP because I wanted to make sure that we had already talked about her albums up until Bangers. So this EP was in the midst of her releasing also the Hannah Montana movie soundtrack, as opposed to releasing Can't Be Tamed literally within a year. So this is literally a peak of where she's saying to herself, I'm going to be growing up soon. Well, I'm growing up and I'm going to be possibly leaving Disney. You never know. In her mind, she's not saying it, but it's kind of evident where in this moment where it's just like, all right, we just had the Hannah Montana movie, and now I'm kind of feeling like I want to explore more. I am going towards 17, 18, like I want to do more, and rightfully so. Why not? So let's get into it. So The Time of Our Lives is the first extended play by Miley Cyrus. The EP was released on August 28th, 2009 by Hollywood Records, initially as a Walmart exclusive in the United States. Most of the album was produced by John Shanks. Dr. Luke also produced. The Time of Our Lives was originally conceived as a release to accompany Cyrus' apparel line with Max Azira. Cyrus had fairly limited involvement in the composition of the release, only having writing credits on one track, a live version of the previously released Jonas Brothers, collaboration Before the Storm. Okay, that's the international cover. Okay. The Time of Our Lives received generally positive reactions from critics, with some reviews suggesting that the EP was an effective step into adulthood for Cyrus. Some reviews were critical of the ballads which appeared on the record. However, the EP was a commercial success, charting within the top 10 in 9 countries. In the US, The Time of Our Lives peaked at number 2 in the Billboard 200 and was certified triple platinum by the Recording Academy. Moreover, the EP had success internationally, peaking at number 3 in Greece, number 5 in Austria, and number 6 in Spain. So, as I may have stated with Can't Be Tamed, because Can't Be Tamed debuted at number 3. So with this EP debuting at number 2, I'm seeing that people were more or less feeling as though, is she peaking away from Hannah as opposed to still being Hannah? And it was showing, and it wasn't a bad thing. I think that she just wanted to just show people, like, I can make music outside of this show, this franchise, and why not? The 2 singles were released from The Time of Our Lives. The lead single, Party in the USA, became Cyrus's best-selling effort up to that point, peaking at number 2 in the Hot 100. It also became one of the best-selling singles in the United States and Hollywood Records' best and fastest-selling single. The second and final single released from the EP was When I Look at You. It was used to promote the 2010 film The Last Song, which we had talked about when I was talking about Can't Be Tamed, where the last song was released like literally right before Can't Be Tamed came out. So people having this EP were, not even realizing that When I Look at You was going to be a part of a movie. They're hearing When I Look at You and they're like, oh, okay, this is a nice song. But then when it appears in a movie, it's like, oh, okay. Will it be, and so I was a little confused a little too, where it was just like, okay, well, would this EP be a part of Can't Be Tamed? And it wasn't. It was its own thing. So I was just like, oh, okay. Well, I mean, it's still Miley, which Cyrus started. Unable to match the success of Party in the USA, the single peaked within the top 20 in Australia and in the United States. In late 2009, Cyrus embarked on her first world tour, the Wonder World Tour, to promote the EP. In order to support Cyrus, then newly launched joint apparel line with Max Zira, sold exclusively by Walmart stores, and EP was chosen for release. I feel it goes perfect for that kind of look, she commented. For Cyrus, The Time of Our Lives was a transitional EP and a method of reintroducing herself to new audiences. Speaking about the EP sound, she said, I kind of kept it in the lines of what I usually do, which is kind of a pop rock sound. I don't even like using the word rock because I feel like it's an honor to put in that title. It's an honor to be put in that title. Yep, this is kind of my transition. The next record, I definitely want to be able to step it up a bit, which she, can't be tamed. She's a little child. So Cyrus originally planned for her succeeding album to be edgier and more predominant in rock music. She said that after completing promotion for The Time of Our Lives, she wanted to step out and maybe take a break for some time in order to compose music that inspires her. Cyrus' next album, Can't Be Tamed, was released approximately 10 months later on June 18th, 2010. So she, as I'm hearing her say, I want to take a break, I want to, step out and do more, I don't think that Can't Be Tamed was that moment of what she was talking about. It became a album in the midst of the moment, but I feel like the moment was really bangers, and I feel like it's good that she was manifesting a moment that she truly wanted within moments that she couldn't be able to do it in, and I think that's important because people love Can't Be Tamed, but people love bangers. Okay, at first, The Time of Our Lives was exclusively released through the American retail company Walmart, available in American stores and at Walmart.com. The album was originally planned for release on August 31st, 2009, but because of a confusion of various stores, the album was released 3 days prior than intended. Several months after, an international edition was released in numerous countries, beginning with the United Kingdom on October 16, 2009, with the addition of The Climb from Hannah Montana the movie. Released earlier in 2009, the edition also featured new cover artwork with photography by Annie Leibovitz. Yeah. On January 5th, 2010, the EP became available for purchasing on other digital retailers in the United States. But yeah, she did promotions and went on different shows promoting the singles, and About.com said Cyrus is developing one of the more distinctive vocal instruments in current pop music, and her songs are turning solely to reflective adult concerns. Consistent growth and improvement is the key here, and looks likely to turn Miley Cyrus into a long-term pop star. Lamb did, however, state that the ballads, his name was Bill Lamb, but states that the ballads for on The Time of Our Lives were throwaways, which I don't feel like they were throwaways. See, listen, someone else has stated, if Breakup began to establish Miley Cyrus as a singing star in her own right, free of Hannah Montana baggage, then this Walmart exclusive EP is another confident step in that direction. Okay. So at least people were kind of understanding, and I mean baggage. Wow, that's kind of wild. But I think people were really understanding from this EP, as opposed to Breakout, as opposed to Can't Be Tamed, which is soon after. And these are hinting titles: Breakout, The Time of Our Lives, Can't Be Tamed. It's alluding to the fact that, personally, as Miley Cyrus, I am getting the fuck out of Disney right now. I love Disney, but I need to just go ahead and do me. Okay, why not? Yes. On the week ending September 12, 2009, The Time of Our Lives entered the 200 chart at number 3, selling a total of 62,000 copies and becoming Cyrus's eighth release to chart within the top 10. So she's had 8 releases that have been in the top 10. Okay, that's a legend. I know people are doing that more than ever now, but she did it, so soon and so young, as most have done before her too. The EP at number 2. In the following week, due to a 154% increase in sales, 153,000 copies sold. Spending another consecutive week at its peak, The Time of Our Lives continued to sell strongly throughout the remainder of 2009. On the week ending December 12, 2009, the EP experienced a sudden increased sales, rising from number 39 to number 7 with sales of 150,000 copies. So as the fall is going and people are like going into Walmart and they're seeing like, wait a minute, Miley has an EP? Like, I didn't see this. I mean, I see Breakout, but I didn't see this, like people were shocked. And it kind of showed like the wave of the sense that other people were releasing. But this EP was just kind of like, but she's still in the top 10, as opposed to then leaving the top 10, but then going back to the top 10. So she was getting hers, okay? The Time of Our Lives was certified 3 times platinum by the Recording Academy for shipments of over 3 million copies. According to Nielsen SoundScan, the EP has sold 1.4 million copies in the US as of July 2013. It debuted and peaked at number 9 on the Canadian albums chart on the week ending January 30th, 2010. So let's look at the track list. Track 1 is Kicking and Screaming. Track 2 is Party in the USA. Track 3 is When I Look at You. Track 4 is The Time of Our Lives. Track 5 is Talk is Cheap. Track 6 is Obsessed. Track 7 is Before the Storm. Live with Jonas Brothers. And this is the thing. This EP was showing like her voice was maturing more. There's a vocal range that she's starting to like tap into a bit more, where it's not so much like, her young self is just like, no, this is more mature. I'm trying to give y'all ad-libs a bit more, She's getting into herself, okay? And the international edition had track 8 being The Climb, the last song. International iTunes Deluxe Edition, you have the Climb music video being track 9. You have When I Look at You being track 10 music video. You have track 11 being Party in the USA music video. And I did see that on iTunes, like at that time, where it was just like they had the EP and then they had the music videos like right under. It's like, oh, okay. Japanese edition DVD, and then I believe they still have it like that, but it's more or less like Apple Music, so it's like you can just have your subscription and just listen to everything and watch everything, and you don't even have to buy it. Like, what time are we in now? Like, what? Like, where are the sales? Why are you not buying? Where's streaming has really been taking over, guys. Like, it's wild. But Japanese Deluxe Edition DVD Party in the USA music video, as opposed to the Climb music video being track 1 and track 2. But otherwise, like this, like I said with Can't Be Tamed, was really her letting us know, like, I'm growing up and eventually I am going to do what I want, and I will let y'all know when that will be, and when I do it, you guys will know. and I didn't blame her. I think that's what most child stars and most artists do go through, whether they start early or they start in the midst of their adulthood. That when they want to evolve, they have to do it in such a way that is them. I won't say some of it is pretty, and I'm not saying all of it is not. So I thank you guys for watching and viewing and listening. I truly appreciate you guys looking at this video and everything that I've been able to give you guys. I truly appreciate it. It really means a lot, and I will definitely be back with more.